What are the three most commonly asked questions you find yourself answering for your customers?
It's a great question. Before we get there, I'd like to start in saying, I guess there's two sort of customers which dictate the starting point. A lot of people that if they're technically minded, they'll get in right away into brands of equipment, efficiencies, getting into the nitty gritty of how energy storage systems works. And then you have the folks who are more primarily concerned about the bottom line and the numbers. And, they'll be focused on things such as warranties, questions surrounding their roof and how that works. We get a lot of questions regarding financing, essentially the lease versus power purchase agreement versus own decision means. And the way that we answer that one is essentially you can think of an own system as one where you've prepaid for all the power that it's going to produce. A lease system, you can divide that cost over time. And in a power purchase agreement is similar to the lease, but it varies with the power produced by the system over the course of the seasons rather than sort of a steady level. Other sorts of questions that we get often are, future maintenance, what happens when I sell my home. But perhaps some of the most interesting questions are the ones that aren't really asked. And those include, will I have power when the local utility has an outage? We're electrifying everything as a society. Can I add more panels later? Should I wait for newer technology? And in general, for that last one, when people ask me as it relates to solar, I tell them no, that progress is sort of evolutionary rather than revolutionary these days. And we're really going to be quite some time before we see a step change in the cost of solar and the efficiency of solar. But as it relates to storage, I would say yes, that there possibly are some strong arguments for waiting a little bit. We've seen costs come down by 90% in solar in the last decade plus that I've been in the industry. We're not quite on that trajectory when it comes to storage, but it's coming soon.